So I started telling the other day why I felt like I decided I wanted to buy a motorcycle, and then I got sidetracked and ADD and all that good stuff, and I never did finish. So I think about where I got to was the road race videos with the motorcycles and the cars and all that. Some of those, the people that want their video channel or YouTube channel or whatever credited in their clips, they'll go ahead and throw a link to that person's channel. And I got bored just watching people getting mad at other people one day, and I thought, well, I wonder what else they make videos of. So I clicked on one of them, and it was some small account. It wasn't all that great of content or anything, but over in the suggested videos, some of the bigger guys that do this had their videos up. So I clicked on a couple of them, and man, it was just like I found my new obsession for a good little while, was watching these guys, because 99% of what they were doing, other than just riding around BSing like I'm doing, is they were out sometimes by themselves, sometimes with a couple of friends, just riding around having a good old time. And I'm trying to keep what videos I post as family friendly as I can stand to be, but some of these guys are absolutely not. They're the opposite of family friendly. So just bear that in mind if you decide to check any of the other guys out or whatnot. But one of the first dudes I found was Jake the Garden Snake. And he drives, a lot of times he rides the little supermoto things, which is like a dirt bike that you put mirrors and tail lights and stuff on, so it's street legal. And you can put street tires on them, or you can leave the knobbies on, don't matter. I think the first video I saw was him and a bunch of his friends riding around this mall that was closed, going up and down steps and jumping off the fountains and stuff like that. And just basically having a good old time. And Jake is 30-something years old, and he's giggling like a schoolgirl the whole time. But he's got a bike just like mine, the FZ07, and he rides it around a good bit. He's done a lot of the same things to his that I've done to mine. That's where I got a lot of my ideas from, what I wanted to do to mine. Come on, Hot Rod. Anyway, there's this other guy I found. He's the biggest, like, strictly moto vlogger channel that I've found so far. His channel name is Walterific. And really, I'm a lot more entertained by his videos from 3 or 4 years ago than I am some of the newer stuff. Because he's just ran out of stuff to do on a motorcycle and posts videos about it. So he went and bought him a Jeep. He went and bought one of those Polaris Razors, and I think he's already sold it. Didn't have it too long. He's got some other stuff going on now, and it's just not as interesting to me as it used to be. But the old, like 3 or 4 years ago, Moto Mondays, what he called his videos, was just him riding around this same little circuit that he always rides somewhere outside of Kansas City, and just him interacting with people that recognize him. And once he started getting a little bit more famous, and he's like legit famous. He's got 1.5 million subscribers, and everywhere he goes on a motorcycle, people recognize him. But just him stopping at red lights, getting recognized, talking to people, just generally being a pretty cool guy and pretty entertaining. It's funny to watch his videos, especially the older ones. there's this guy called Do It With Dan. He's like 24 years old. He does YouTube for a living. I think he's had real jobs before, but he started making money on YouTube pretty early in the game of YouTube money making being a thing. And he's had all kind of fast bikes, the sport bikes and that kind of stuff. But one thing that impresses me the most about him, other than the fact that he does a lot of his own work to his bikes himself and everything else he has, is his prized possession is an old, I think it's like a 1980 something Honda Magna. It's like a smaller Harley with a Honda motor in it. He's redone the thing from front to back 2 or 3 different times. But that's just cool to see a guy that young content to just ride around on a cruiser bike. And all the nice high dollar bikes he's had, even like the $20-something thousand Ninja H2 with the supercharged 4-cylinder in it, 200-something horsepower, he still goes back and gets on that Magna all the time. Anyway, some of these guys that I was watching, and just seeing how much they enjoyed being out on a motorcycle doing stuff, it just kind of, it's like a bug bit me, and I decided I wanted to do that. But now here we are. And I know my videos will never be anywhere near as good as them. I don't really have anybody I can ride with and cut up and stuff, so it's just kind of me amusing myself. Yeah, and I actually have to work. I don't get to do YouTube and internet stuff for a living, which is fine. I probably wouldn't quit my job anyway, even if money did start somehow or another rolling in from something like this. You know, I don't do well with idle hands. Even if I don't end up getting into anything wrong, I end up buying a bunch of stuff I don't really need while I'm not making money to replenish, you know, my fundage. So it's better for me to be busy. Which is kind of hard when you're a landscaper by trade and it's winter time and it won't stop raining. I'm on my way to the eye doctor. They ordered me some contacts and called me yesterday and told me they came in, but it rained all day. I didn't want to get out of the house and put the dogs out and have them running around in the rain, because they do that. So we're going to go pick them up today. I didn't want to put my earplugs in because it's kind of an ordeal getting them in and out and helmet on and off around them without popping them out of my ears. So I stuffed a little bit of cotton in my ears, and it's not working out nearly as well as a good set of earplugs. My ears are going to be ringing by the time I get home and get off this thing. I know it. And y'all don't hear this on the video because my microphone's got all this wind noise reduction stuff on it and little fuzzy things to keep the wind out, and it's stuck to the inside of my helmet, so the helmet itself is kind of insulating. But this bike is loud. It wasn't when I bought it. It was way too quiet. So I bought an exhaust and I put it on, did the work myself, and I'm kind of proud of that. I don't usually like working on stuff. I don't enjoy it, but doing what I do for a living, if you don't learn how to do your own mechanic work, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get ahead and stay ahead, because there's so much maintenance you have to do. And anyway, put the exhaust on this thing, and it is so loud. Like, it's almost obnoxiously loud. And I took the baffle out of the exhaust so it would be even a little bit louder. And as much as it aggravates me sometimes that it's a little bit loud, I'm not taking it out because I want the cars on the road to clearly hear that I'm there beside them.
I like your bike, man.
Thank you.
Very nice bike. Oh, you got a camera sit right here, huh?
Yep.
That's nice. I like that. What? A camera sit. You can't see me blind in this way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have trouble seeing, sir.
All right. Y'all have a good day. Really? What is going on right here? It's a good place to stop a beer truck in the middle of a freaking highway.